Big up True Talk Only 4. He's inspired me to make this video. And I must say, it's been a little while since I made a video on landscape mode. Now, he sent me a DM asking, how can men protect themselves from women? So when I saw that DM, instantly I'm thinking like, he's talking about honey trap chicks and man getting set up and peeled by a man and end up getting poked and then they're 6 foot under and that. It weren't even that. My man's referring to a situation that's actually occurring right now. But before I get into that, I'm going to talk about these honey trap chicks and that. The way to protect yourself against honey trap chicks, setting you up to get peeled by man them and that. You can't be one of them guys. Oh, I got this AP Rolex, Cartier or Breitling watch. What are you doing, fam? Stop stunting. You know how much man right now are buried? You know how much man have family members been mourning over them, grieving over them for years? Because them man there decided that they wanted to stunt. And the wrong eyes have been attracted. What's the easiest way to set up a man? Don't send the next man to get him directly. Send a woman. All you gotta do, fam. Send a guy a DM from a woman. Yeah? Make him respond and that's it. Yeah? So, a lot of men, they get trapped. Because they're stunting, they're trying to act like they got money when they really ain't. Okay, you got a 40 grand Rolex on your wrist and that, but how you really living? How you got a 40 grand Rolex? Or an AP or Breitling or Cartier, but you're living in a fucking council house? Come on, man. You should pattern up your home first. How you driving a fucking C63 Mercedes or M4, but you're living in a tower block council flat? So, certain man, they'll be flexing online and that, and then the wrong girls will send them a DM because our next man has set it up, and that's it. Now, the way to not even encounter these honey trap chicks, fam, you shouldn't even be talking to these ratchet ass chicks. I guarantee you, there's no chicks that are lawyers, bankers, stockbrokers, doctors and that. Fam, they're not setting you up. You're talking to trash. There's no, you see, when you speak to a certain caliber of woman, they don't even know man them like that. You see, Nadia, I'm the first road guy. Not that I was on road when we were talking, but what I'm saying is, I'm the first guy with a past like that she's ever met, ever spoke to like that anyway, at least. So, girls of a certain caliber, they don't even know man like that. There's one chick, I mentioned her in the live stream yesterday on TikTok. Indian girl, she's a banker, and she was making videos talking about how much, or she was a banker, making videos about how much investment bankers get paid, and she was breaking it down first year, second year, whatever in it. She went on to say something along the lines of, certain bankers, their salary will be 150 grand for the year, but then their bonus is also 150 grand. I went on to watch other videos by some other youth talking about certain bankers are getting a 300 grand, 500 grand bonus. This is in the UK, you know. You see that girl there, her name's Nishka? A girl like that, if you're dating or talk to a girl like that, you don't need to worry about getting set up. Certain girls of a certain caliber, even if you're a bit paranoid, they don't even know man like that that's gonna lick down your door. No way. So the way to avoid honey trap chicks, bro, don't talk to trash, bro. Don't talk to trash. Talk to gal that have something to lose. Not a ute, because you would think to yourself, like, if a girl has a child and that, she would have something to lose. No, she would think she has something to lose. No, absolutely not. There was a rapper from Tottenham. He convinced her to try and smuggle in drugs into the prison for him, yeah? She's gone to the jail, gone to the prison, got caught. Now, at the time, the girl went to prison for trying to smuggle drugs and that for 2 years. She's a single mum. The youth had to end up going into foster care because I don't even think she had her parents around that would take the child on. You're talking to girls like that, you would think, they have something to lose because, they have a child and that. Nah. Some of these humans in general, but a lot of these, They ain't got no sense. How are you doing that and you got a youth? I watched videos before. There was one chick from Peckham. She was hiding straps for the man them and that. She said one day she just heard boom, doors flown open and that. She's just seeing bare red dots. The police will come to the yard to look for the gun. Obviously, they're gonna come armed. Obviously, she ended up going to prison for it because she was knowingly hiding guns for the man them and that. I've seen one of them, you know, like their murder investigation programs and that. Yeah, one girl, she didn't pitch no one, but she was helping to hide the gun in the yard. This Pakistani girl, you know, like come from a normal family and that. She ended up in jail 5 years for hiding a gun for the man them and that. So when you're dealing with certain calibers of chick, low quality women and that, that's the sort of thing that can happen to you. You can get set up. I'm saying if you talk to a high caliber, a good caliber of woman, by default, she don't even know them man there to set you up. So anyway, the situation that's occurring right now, like, you know, there's one youth, I think it happened in Australia or something. He's from the UK. Some girl is trying to say that, you know, he's violated her. I believe it's like 4 counts or 5 counts of this violation. Now, apparently he's been charged as well with 4 or 5 counts. So I'm thinking like, yo, obviously I ain't looked into the story or nothing like that. But I've seen 2 people, like that's how you know, yeah, these people out here ain't got nothing going on with their life. Why are you making a whole live stream about my man? The fuck, blood? Like, you're not even making it to educate people and that. You're just there chatting because you want clicks and views and that. Putting his name in the title. So I see 2 people making a live stream, one gal and one man. I don't know, they're both black, but the guy is from outside of London and that. Some waste, man. So yeah, apparently he's been charged with 4 or 5 counts of this violation. You know what I'm trying to say. But I'm thinking to myself, this must be bullshit. Because if it was 1 count, or let's say the 4 or 5 counts occurred on the same day at the same time, I say, yeah, it could be true. But if it's 4 or 5 counts of this violation over a few days, that's bullshit. Because, okay, a man did something he wasn't supposed to do, obviously. Why would the girl not go to the police straight away? Why would you go back to this person? Man, watch police investigations and that all the time. I'm reacted to a few of them. Go check out my Patreon. There's free videos there. Yeah, you don't even need to pay. And there was one where it was like they call it the WhatsApp. What's the word I have to use to not get this video banned? Grapist. Yeah, I think it was called the WhatsApp grapist or something. This guy met this chick, went to her house, and ended up doing something he wasn't supposed to do. Yeah. So with that situation there, he went to her house, you know, a violation occurred, and that was it. He didn't violate her one time, leave, and then go back there, violate her next time on the next day because they were still talking in contact and that. Like, that's what usually happens. A woman gets violated one time and she goes to the police. Not, it's happened 4 or 5 times, but in between that time, she's gone back to him and that. What the fuck? Doesn't make no sense. Like, I can imagine a guy beating up his girl, and then, you know, they have a little break up and then going, that's different. But a violation from pretty much a stranger, nah. I'm not buying that story. This is the thing. How can men protect themselves from that situation there? The average guy, that won't really happen to you. Like, women are not just going to be making up false allegations. Because I'm talking about men protecting themselves when it comes to false allegations. I'm not talking about if it's real. If it's real, then yeah, you deserve to go to prison. But I'm talking about false allegations. False allegations, the average man, that's not really going to happen to you. Has it happened in the history of the world? Obviously, I've spoken about this before. There was one youth in America, he was 19. Some girl shouted out, he done this. He ended up going to prison for 5 years. In that time, she got paid like $2 million. In that time, when she got paid the $2 million, she felt guilty. She was going to go to the police to clear his name and say that it was a lie, but she didn't want to. Do you know why? Because that means that she would have to pay back the $2 million, and she didn't. That she didn't want to. It's like, so you wanted to enjoy your life off the back of a lie, and then you didn't want to come clean because that lifestyle would stop, plus you'd have to pay it back. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you, I don't even know this girl. I know she has nothing to show for it. I know she ain't sitting on even one property. So the average guy, you're pretty much, you don't have to worry about anything if you're innocent. Like the situation, like you're not gonna get accused of nothing. But when you're big, when you're in the limelight, when you got a name, when you got money, hey, this is what happens. Any chick that any celebrity men have dealt with in the past, they can scream, he done this. Apparently it happened to Drake. Apparently some woman said, oh, he done this. Fam, Drake couldn't violate a paper bag if he fucking tried, blood. Drake, I don't know him, you don't know him, but what I'm saying is, you know certain man, blood, even if he tried, yeah? If he actually tried, I think a woman would slap him in his face and kick him out the house. Come on, man. Yeah? But what happened? So apparently this woman said that Drake done this, which is bullshit. But the thing got squashed in court. Do you know why it got squashed in court? Because the woman accepted like $300,000 from him. If a man truly violated you in that, you shouldn't care about no money. You should be wanting to put this guy behind bars, not just for yourself, but to protect potential future victims in that. So you don't know. If a woman says, oh, he done this, but is willing to settle it in court or settle it outside of court for a fee, doesn't matter how much it is, then you know what that was there. She was looking for a payout. Yeah, it can happen to a woman in real life. Yeah, like it can happen to a woman and she's telling the truth and that. And then, yeah, maybe she wants some money afterwards. But first and foremost, if it truly happened, you should want him to be behind bars. You try and get some money out of him or his, businesses or whatever later on and that. So the question, how can men protect themselves from that situation there? I mean, there's man in America, yeah. You see when this Me Too era thing started, like a couple years ago, just before lockdown or whatever, and when it was thriving, there was man talking about setting up cameras in their rooms and that, in their yards and that, getting women to sign contracts and that. Hey, if you want to protect yourself that way, yeah, then yeah, feel free. I mean, I ain't doing that madness. I ain't fucking setting up cameras and signing fucking contracts. And that's what these men were doing in America. They were afraid. They were afraid in America. They were afraid to compliment a woman at work in America. They were afraid to approach a gal at work in America. Yeah, they were afraid to ask a woman out on a date in America. That's how serious it was. The man, they were afraid. I ain't doing that bullshit. Yeah? I ain't doing that bullshit. But yeah, how can the average man protect himself? The average man don't really need to worry about that stuff. If you're innocent, it's not, I don't think it's really gonna happen. The 99.9% of men are not going to be accused falsely if you're innocent, if you're the average man. If you're a celebrity and that, boy, they might have to do this contracting and this cameras thing. Is it NDAs or something like that? Certain of these celebrities, do you know what they do? They don't even date women like that. Like, unless it's proper serious. Like, they just deal with prostitutes and that, get them to sign contracts. Because at least then they know there's going to be no chances of any false allegations and that. So average man, you're in the clear, you don't need to worry about that. But famous men, boy, this is what comes with fame. People will try and extort you. Whenever you've got money, there's people always going to try and extort you. It's not just man them that are going to run up on you and try and kidnap you and that. Yalem will try and extort you as well. There was one woman in America, she tried to hire a hitman to pitch her husband. So somehow he caught wind of it. I don't know how he found out. So he told the police. So the police ran with it. Yeah. And what they done was they got a fake hitman to meet the woman to discuss pitching the husband. And what they done was they got the woman to just leave a deposit. Let's say to do the pitching was going to be like a grand. Yeah. But they said, look, just give us a deposit of £50. And, this is like to secure the job kind of thing. Anyway, as soon as she handed over the £50 and that, right, they had grounds to charge her. But they didn't charge her. They didn't charge her straight away. They actually pretended and made it look like he got pitched, like made him Like I think they made him get in a hole, all bloodied up and that, and made it look like he was a dead person and that. Took pictures and showed it to her. She was all pretending, oh my god, I don't know how this happened, just acting like she don't know nothing. And then obviously the husband was really alive and that. Anyway, she ended up going to jail. Type in on YouTube something along the lines of wife hires hitman. Yeah, type in on YouTube wife hires hitman. These people will be these people out here will try set you up, man. There's even a youth pitched his mum. How can you pitch your mum? He pitched his mum. This is in America. This youth pitched his mum so that he could be awarded her life. Like she had life insurance for like I don't know 200-300 grand. He pitched his mum so that he could get the money. Fucking crazy, man. But yeah, like I said, average man, you don't have nothing to worry about. If you're a famous man, fam, you just gotta be extra careful because you just become a target, and that's it, man. Stay wise, ton, man.